I'm very, very pleased to see all the chairs filled and to welcome you here at the third of our conference on looking at the economics of investing in young children. As Sue explained, the partnership is a collaboration of experts in economics, early care and education, finance, and policy. Our focus is evidence-based investments, prenatal through 5. Our bottom line is very simple. Want to grow the economy? Invest in kids. Strengthening the U.S. economy competitively and fiscally means getting federal and state governments and U.S. businesses to think long-term, and to put the lifetime success of the next generation and the generation after that at the top of their priority lists. Putting kids first is the key. Success is a stronger economy, less crime, more jobs, a stronger moral footing, and the ability to lead others through the power of our example. The roots of this partnership are in a series of monthly Invest in Kids working group discussions that began in 2003. The working group continues to meet every month. The partnership, when we started, was 5, 10 people. It's now over 1,000. If you're not already a partner, it doesn't take much to become a partner. All you have to do is go to www.partnershipforsuccess.org and sign up. People are doing it every day. In its 10-year plan, the partnership has 3 phases of action: research, coalition, and change. We're in the research phase now. We're gathering evidence on the economics of early childhood development, and if our findings are compelling and the partners agree, we'll go to stages or phases 2 and 3. We're gathering evidence in 5 areas: microeconomics, macroeconomics, sector analysis, finance policy, and communication. Microeconomics is about the economic benefits through the developmental results on children of individual strategies. Macroeconomic analysis brings all of this information together to say something concrete about what all of these interventions, what all of these investments mean in GDP, job creation, and income generation. Finance policy is about how we're going to pay for this. There's every kind of debate about how to pay for education at every level. And every one of those debates is part of the prenatal through 5 discussion. But fortunately, there's not very little that is set in concrete in the prenatal through 5 range, and we have opportunities to create finance structures that are new and efficient. Communication is about how we're going to gain the understanding of Americans all across the country about the priority of putting kids first. Now, I skipped sector analysis for a specific reason. Sector analysis is a new field to youth human capital development. John Engler was at dinner last night. He may be here today. John Engler is former governor of, yes, John, good, glad you're here. John was former governor of Michigan and is now head of the National Association of Manufacturers. John knows what I'm talking about when I mention this phrase, sector analysis. Any one of us could pick up our cell phones now and call the National Association of Manufacturers and get from their economics department an estimate of the number of people employed in manufacturing in the United States, accurate within 1,000 or so people, and the numbers would be in the millions. They can tell you precisely that U.S. manufacturing is 21% of U.S. GDP, and they can also tell you exactly what the contribution to fiscal revenue generation or national income was from manufacturing last year. We can't do that in youth human capital. In the youth human capital sector, we have no idea how many people are involved in this activity. We have no idea how many companies are involved in this activity. We don't know what the GDP share is We don't know what the wealth generation parameters are. We don't know if someone asked, in the midst of crisis, the country's economy is weakening. If we allocate resources to the youth human capital sector, what kind of GDP multiplier effect do we get? We don't know that. But that's going to change soon. Soon we're going to know how big the youth human capital sector is, and we're going to know what people and what companies are in it. And when we do, we'll be one step closer to making early care and education the priority it should be at local, state, and federal policymaking. Now, many institutions have made possible what we've done so far. We've been at this almost 4 years. For their help, I personally and those in this room are deeply grateful. 5 deserve special mention. Jim Rohr, Chairman and CEO of PNC Financial Group. Paul Jones, my partner at Tudor Investment Corporation, founder of the Robin Hood Foundation. Rebecca Reimel, President and CEO of the Pew Charitable Trust. Charles Kolb, President, Committee for Economic Development. And Dan Peterson, President of Buffett Early Childhood Fund. Each of these people looked at this project a few years ago, and despite all its manifest challenges and limitations, they decided to back it. They decided to back it with their resources, their energy, and most important of all, their reputations. This could easily have failed. So far it hasn't. I specifically also want to thank Sarah Watson, Ann Siegel, Beth Gross, Donna DeRocha, Mike Petro for their unstinting work in making everything that's happened over the past several years possible.